Good afternoon, Marshall Owls family. Thank you for joining me on the Fireside Chat. Beautiful Friday afternoon, and I hope you're getting ready for a tremendous weekend. Of course, on Monday, we move into phase 4 of the Returning to Learning plan, and as the phase spells out, we will be at a distance learning for all students all the time in all buildings. This transition into phase 4 is different than the suspension of school in-seat learning that we had a few weeks ago. The difference is that this time, moving into phase 4, and we didn't move into phase 4 last time, but moving into phase 4 this time is based on the community spread of the virus. We had 67 new cases yesterday, and that is a tremendous amount. We've been tracking that. We've been looking at the range of positives to quarantines. However, right now we have to look at what the spread of the virus is doing in our community. So we are going to transition, as I said, into phase 4. And it will be a time, of course, for great challenges for students and teachers and families. But we are going to help as much as possible. We feel we have many more solid plans, many more devices to go out to our students, and that we are much more ready than we would have been in the spring when all of this started happening. First off, I want to look at the changes that the Returning to Learning plan have been implemented. Now, these were recommended from the R2L committee to the board, and those then implementations are going into effect on Monday. First off, of course, all children will be in distance learning 5 days a week. Interventions and special ed services will continue. So if students have a occupational therapist, if there are any other types of therapy, or if there are special ed needs and requirements, of course those will be handled by our very professional staff. Teachers and staff, by the way, will be in the buildings 20 hours a week. That is what we are requesting, that you keep up with your students and that you are able to access the resources that you need in your classroom. So along with the teachers being in the buildings 20 hours a week, the principals will be there also. They will be there, of course, to support and to help you with whatever you need, with the challenges that you're facing, and to celebrate your successes. And I know that there will be many, and I appreciate the time and the effort it takes to do so. Students and staff, as the Returning to Learning plan has issued, may bring their children to school when they come. This also now is including classified staff. We do expect, however, that children stay with their parents in their parents' workspace. So that means lots of different things for lots of different people. I will understand that you have a job possibly where it is not appropriate for your child to come to work with you. So that we're leaving that up to families and to individuals to make their own decisions. But I do welcome you to bring your children, with the understanding that your children must stay with you at all times in your workspace. Also then, we are in phase 4, have added the item that extracurricular activities have been suspended. Today is Friday. Those activities, if they are still in place, are going to end today. And then Monday and through at least December 3rd, we will have a suspension of our extracurricular activities. I know that this is hard for lots of people, and I do understand that. As I've told you many times, I have a grandson who is a senior in high school, and he is being impacted by the virus also, and it makes me very sad on a personal level, and it makes me very sad on a professional level that we are doing this. However, we are suspending extracurricular activities, knowing that it is in the best interest of the welfare and the health of our students and our staff and our community. So I ask for your understanding and your patience. We will get back to normal someday, and hopefully when we start back to school, we can pick up on our extracurricular activities also. I also wanted to let you know that we have looked at the governor's recommendations for a change in the way that we quarantine students. We are in the position now where the local and the federal governments are saying and making changes and continuing with the changes they had made previously that are now in somewhat of an opposition to what the governor of Missouri is saying can be implemented in schools if the schools decide that. The guidelines on quarantines are a local decision and up to administrators. We are reviewing those, and we're looking at what those actually mean and what it will mean to the community of Marshall. And if we decide that those guidelines are appropriate for our school, then we will have to change the returning to learning plan. That plan, which we have had in place now for a long time, is based on the CDC guidelines. And the CDC guidelines are in opposition to what the governor's guidelines are. So it's going to take us some research and some work together to look at this and to decide what is best for Marshall. Right now, the returning to learning plan is in place as it has been. Our students are at distance learning, so the quarantine issue isn't going to be raised anytime soon. But we're going to work on that. We're going to review it so that when we are back in school, we will be able to make the best decisions based on what's best for our students, of course. We are also going to remain in phase 4 until at least December 3rd. We want to give the holiday, the Thanksgiving holiday, and the impact that travel and family gatherings may have on the spread of the virus. We would like to give that a little bit of time so that we can measure what that impact is. So therefore, we have decided that the week after Thanksgiving, we will remain in distance learning. We plan to come back on December 3rd. That is our hope. I had a question about snow days, and I wanted to talk to you for just a minute about snow days, which is, by the way, one of the most treasured days in our children's lives, and actually we have personal happy memories of snow days. I do not want to get rid of snow days, and I think that although we have distance learning in our grasp and in our everyday lives now in phase 4, when we call a snow day, it will be a snow day. We don't expect teachers to provide lessons. We don't expect students to necessarily interact with their teachers. Of course, if that is something that they decide on their own, that's great. But a snow day now is a snow day. And we have guidelines that I will be sending out to you about snow days, but they are to be celebrated and to be enjoyed. We have about 50 hours of extra time built into our calendar so that we can absorb snow days and don't have to make them up at the end for about 5 days. If at that time, if we go beyond 5 days being inclement weather, Then what is called our AMI, our alternate methods of instruction, will kick in for another 36 hours. Then we will be at distance learning with our students again, and that's for 36 hours. After that, we have to then tack those hours onto the end of the year. We are planning on that not happening. So we're going to continue to keep you updated and continue to keep you informed as to how everything is going to work out. I have a positive outlook and a very optimistic view that the vaccine is on its way and better days are for sure coming. And if we have a snow day on Monday of next week, then I am going to be celebrating watching kids and families play in the snow and sledding down that Eastwood Hill. So until then, I want to celebrate with you and your family on the holiday coming up. I want to celebrate your good work and let you know that people in the central office will be here. And if you need us, if you need anything from us, be sure to give us a call or shoot us a quick email. Have a great weekend, and until the next Fireside Chat, thank you.